Hi everyone, it's Suey here. I'm doing a real quick video in response to a sort of tag that I saw on Pat's channel last night. This one is called the Box Office Tops and Flops, and it was originally created by Heather Reeds and Meg at Books Off the Beaten Path. And the idea behind this video is to look at your top videos and your bottom videos and analyze them, which I thought would be kind of fun, also a little bit vulnerable and somewhat embarrassing, I guess, to actually illustrate how low of views I feel like I'm getting on this channel and try to figure out why, or maybe you guys can help me figure out why, because this is something that I am fascinated with, and I am always fascinated with the whole workings of YouTube, but it's definitely something I do not understand or get how it works, how it goes down differently for certain people and this way for other certain people, and I just don't understand it. But anyway, I thought it would be kind of fun to analyze with you my top 5 and my low 5, which my low 5 is funny because there's about 200 lows. Okay, so I am screen recording, so we're just going to go to my channel here, and this is my homepage of my channel showing all my most recent videos. And if people don't know for sure how to do this, you just click on what's popular, and then it will resort my videos to my top videos. And I have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that are above 1,000 views, which, you know, woohoo, more than 1,000 views, only 5 of them. But this top video is the video 25,000 views, which is kind of an anomaly. This was one of the first videos I ever did, and let's see, when did I do it? We're clicking on it. It's just me going through my shelf and showing random books, and I started off showing for the first time my, library corner right here. So I think the reason it was popular is because it's a pretty impressive corner, I guess. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have similar spaces in their houses. So I don't know that it's really that impressive, but I just am a hoarder of these books, I guess. And let's see, I was going to look when I did it. So I did it literally maybe a month, 3 weeks after I started my YouTube channel. And it went crazy, and I thought, whoa, this booktubing thing is going to be awesome. But as we can see, that was an anomaly on my channel. And then a little bit after that one, Tori and I did the reorganization of that whole mess downstairs. And let's get to some other spots. This one spot. Here's some other spots we were going through this shelf in my room. Okay. Oh, this is showing all the stuff we hauled downstairs, and I was very tired. But I feel like we did some fun editing in this video. Yeah, we did some time lapses and fun music, and it was a 3-day project. And so I feel like one of the questions they're asking in this kind of little tag is, do you feel like it warrants the views? So I feel like this one does. We put a lot of time and work in that one. How many views does it have? 5.3. So I'm happy that one has so many views. This one, I'm happy, of course, but I did not quite understand why. Anyways, and then the third highest view is when me and Tori went to our little free library hunting for the first time, and took you along with us, and it was really a fun video to make. And little free library hunting is kind of a popular video, and so I was not surprised that it maybe got some views, although I feel like it could have had some more views than it does. And we did this a second time, and that one does not have very many views. So yeah, it's baffling. The fourth highest view, that one has 1.9, so we're working on almost 2,000 for that one. The fourth is has 1.2, and this is a time that I went through a list I found of the most popular book every year from 1945 to 2022. And I did this one a couple years ago, and I just talked about whether I had even heard of the book, or whether I'd read the book, or whether I wanted to read the book, or whether I didn't want to read the book, and I just sort of tallied my numbers and went through the entire list, which took me quite a while. There's a lot of them. And that one was a crazy editing job, even though it might not look like it. If you know, you know on how crazy that is to edit when you've got a running tally of things here. So I was pleased that it resonated with people. Yeah. And then, let's see, what was my fifth highest one was the Rory one, which I did way back at the very beginning of the channel too. And I just went through, this is a popular one that a lot of people do. So I was just jumping on a bandwagon and just going through all the lists of things that Rory has on her reading list to say whether I have read them or not. Yeah. And I feel like those kinds of videos can be pretty boring unless you snap it up with some editing. So I am baffled why people watch that kind of thing, truly. So yeah, so those are my top 5. The bookshelf reorganization, the bookshelf tour, Little Free Library hunting, the list of Rory books, and the list of most popular books. So if I scroll to get to the least viewed videos, we got to scroll, because I have, what did I have up there? Almost about 550 videos I've made. Okay. And you can see as we go that most of them did not have very many views. Most of them are under 100 views. Here's where the 100 comes in, right here. So after this, we've got all these videos are under 100 views. Bookstore tours, book reviews, monthly check-ins, random thoughts, lots and lots of tags. My sweet spot for views is right around here, right around 60 or 70 or 50, so many 50s. 60, 70, 50, tons and tons. Look at this. So many. 54, 54, 54, 53, 54, 54, 54, 53, 53. Anyways, we have to keep going to get to the worst ones. Keep going, keep going. Then we come to the ones that are in the 20s and 30s. Now, this one I'm not counting today because I just barely put that one up today. And then this one I don't really want to count either because that's just when I announced that I was not going to do 5 on Friday anymore, so it's not like a real video. So let's start with this one, 27 views. This is when I recapped all of my author events last year of 2024, which I thought was a really fun video. So, and I talked about them and I showed clips, B-roll, and I just kind of showed all the books that I got through the year from author events. That's Ali Condi. Yeah, and TJ Klune here. So I thought it would be fun to go through all the different, I highlight the author events as they're happening, but to have a little montage of it. I thought it would be fun, but I guess not. About a year ago, I did a read-along for Stephen King's Fairy Tale, and so all my videos, most of my videos for that event were not well viewed. So do I consider that whole endeavor a flop? It feels like it was a flop for sure. If I don't count these last two, that we got the author one here, and then this one, Fairy Tale Read Along Week 2, Fairy Tale Read Along Week 3, and then if you scroll up, you've got Fairy Tale Read Along Week 1 is just barely up here. It had maybe 10 more views than these two. So those were in my bottom 2. And then I have a bookstore tour, a more recent one from earlier this year in Oregon. And then I have my author highlight where I did one of my favorite authors, Casey West, and I sort of did a PowerPoint style video where I did a voiceover and showed a PowerPoint and put quite a bit of work into that one, and 31 views. So there you go. Bookstore tour, read along, author events, and author highlights. So what do I learn from this? I am not sure. I feel like in Pat's video, she had some pretty good conclusions in that her videos where she did top something of something and a number list got her more views, and then her poetry videos got her less views, which was, I think, not surprising to her at all. But I feel like mine aren't very conclusive. I did have 2 lists in the top. They didn't have numbers connected to them, but they had a theme that people liked, I think, connected to them. But from the bottom ones, do I conclude number 1 that people aren't really interested in authory kind of videos? Or the bookstore tour videos, I thought were sort of popular-ish. I mean, none of them have very many views, but I thought people enjoyed them. So it is surprising to see that one there, unless it's just because it's a little more newish video. And then the read-along, of course, they're not going to be popular unless you're doing a book that a lot of people want to jump in on. So that one would make more sense, I guess. But after this, if I scroll up, you'll see that all these other videos that are just above it all have the same sort of amount of views. They're not like varying in views at all. And they're all my different kinds of videos. We've got your tags and your reviews and your author visits, book club things, monthly check-ins, some discussion videos, writing videos. I mean, they're all mixed in here as not so very viewed. Yeah. But there's week 1 of the read along, which got about 10 more views than the other 2 weeks. Anyway, I don't know what to think. It's kind of fun to scroll through these, isn't it? To see all the videos I've made. Dang, I've done a lot of videos. And I don't know what I can do to get more views. I don't feel like my thumbnails are that terrible. I don't feel like my titles are that terrible. I mean, I'm sure that they can both be improved, and I've got 2 styles of thumbnails because I changed them up about a year ago to a different style, so you can see them all mixed in here. The new style, of course, didn't change anything up because I got a ton of new style thumbnails down here and they're not very much viewed. So I just don't really know what it is. I know that views and things like that are all in perspective. Like for instance, in Pat's video, she's used to getting a lot more views than I am. So for her bad views are ones that are like 100 and something, where I feel like my videos, if I can get over 100, I am like succeeding big time. Like those are the great ones. And I also feel like with this amount of subscribers I have, and for as long as I've been doing it now, so we're going on about almost 3 years, and I have at this point of this video about 1,400 subscribers. Yes. So with those 2 things considering, I feel like not being able to crack 100 views for most of my videos is telling me something. And I just don't know what it is. Unless, and this is where my brain goes every single time, unless I just suck at this. Unless I am not interesting enough and I'm not talking about the right things or something, even though I'm doing all the stuff that everyone else is doing, and I'm also trying to do different things, like I'm trying to follow the bandwagon, but also do some unusual, unique things at the same time, which I feel like would be a sweet spot. Something's not resonating. It's like, I'm happy for the subscribers, but obviously they are not watching for the most part. I know that a lot of people say, well, imagine that many people in a room and you're talking to them. Well, what I imagine is that many people in the room, with most of them with their back turned towards me, which is not a happy feeling, And I also, as I'm doing my sob story about all this, I also just want to make sure that the people who do watch understand that I appreciate them so much. Like that is the bottom line reason why I haven't given up yet. Because when you scroll back and you're seeing, most of my videos fall within the 50, 60 range, maybe these few 70s here, Those are the people I'm doing it for. The people that I'm connecting with, the people who do comment, and I do at least get comments. Thank you so much for the comments. So I know that I am not just talking to a void out there. So I want to make sure that you people that do watch and comment and engage with me understand that my lamenting the low view count is not to brush off those of you who are giving me those views. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But like I said, at the same time, I feel like the amount of work I put in and the subscriber count that I have and the length I've been doing this, I really should have more views for my videos. And is it because I suck at it, or is it because the algorithm is just really, really mean to me? I watch those crazy YouTube guru videos all the time. I'm trying to wean myself from them because they are extremely frustrating. But I do the stuff that they say to do. You know, it's not like I'm not trying to learn how YouTube works. So this is my ongoing frustration with this whole endeavor. And I think this is funny that there's this little tag going around that is giving me this opportunity to once again lament my woes and sorrows. And I don't know if that was the purpose of it. I think the purpose of this one is to see what other people are saying and maybe kind of flesh out, you know, what videos do really well and what videos don't. But like I said, when I'm looking through mine, it's hard to understand that. So there you have it. I know many of you don't even care about all this YouTube behind the scenes stuff. Some of you do. And I love watching other YouTubers, other booktubers talk about their behind the scenes YouTube stuff. So I decided I would go ahead and throw this one up today. And if it doesn't get views, then it's just how it is. Thanks for indulging me in moaning and groaning some more. And thank you again so much for the people who do watch. Until next time, happy reading and booktubing. This hobby is just so crazy.